Facebook. What's going on, Mafia? Friday morning. Beautiful Friday morning. Cloudy, overcast. 32 degrees in Cincinnati. Live and well in Cincinnati. Hey, what's going on? We'll let give the group a chance to hop in. You guys hit me with some thumbs up. Hit me with some hearts. Show me some love. Let some people get into this. I want to talk real quick about something. Kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. Mark Rhodes, good morning. Good morning. Marcus Headland, good morning. Brandon Bloomfield, BB, what's happening? Sorry, guys. My eyesight sucks. These aren't prescription sunglasses, so I got to lift up to read. Andrew Smart, what's going on? Tommy Tuna. Guys, just a quick reminder, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, 3 p.m. Central, the 4th edition of what's becoming very exciting and fun podcast for me and Chris Martinez, the man, the myth, the legend. Operation Dominate. Starting the Wolfpack series. You want to change your life? You want to change? You want to change things about what you need to change? Let me try something real quick. You can hear me now? Okay, cool. You want to change things going on in your life? You want to get to that next level in life? Put my glasses back on. You got us. Don't want to get killed with that glare of the clouds. So, you want to change your life? You want to make a difference in your life? You want to get to that next level? Operation Dominate your life. That podcast we do live on Facebook, and then we drop it into the podcast, put it on YouTube, and it's a good time. Ramon Jones, what's going on, brother? What's going on? So look. The only one in here right now that really knows me personally is my boy BB, Brandon Bloomfield. We've reffed together a lot, and actually, we were just talking about that yesterday. But anyway, a lot of you guys don't know much about me besides the Marketing Mafia. Of course, you've seen my wife, hear me talk about my kids. You know I'm in business with my brother. But here's the thing. So my passion always has been related to sports and marketing. Those two things, obviously outside of family and things like that. Sports and marketing are my passion. So I've coached basketball, low level stuff, rec stuff, high level AAU. Actually, took a team to AAU Nationals, 120 teams. We came in like 10th or 11th, I think it was. So placed nationally, AAU. I've won. Take that back. Didn't win a state championship at AAU, but I placed second and placed 4th. So then I've coached high school basketball. I coached high school basketball at a young age, just straight out of high school. I was a freshman coach and a varsity assistant, and then I was a JV and varsity assistant for 3 years at Campbell County High School, and then I was the freshman coach and varsity assistant at Highlands High School, all for boys basketball. So basketball is the shiznit. But I'm also a sports fan, so I like football. Both of my kids played high school football. Love football, and I'm an armchair quarterback, just like just like the rest of us, right? So I want to talk about coaching and how it relates to success in business, right? Success in business. I tell you what, if Charles Wilson's on here, bro, my wife has not cut my hair waiting on us to come to Houston. I've been 10 days. It'll be a week, brother, without a haircut, and I need one. But anyway, coaching and how it relates to business and marketing. So I've coached with some guys that, especially on the high school level, I coached with one guy who at the time was the winningest coach, had the most wins in the state of Kentucky for high school basketball. That's saying something. Kentucky, if you guys don't know anything about Kentucky, the one thing you can know is we're serious about our high school basketball. We have one tournament for high school basketball. We don't have, we don't have different levels. We have one tournament, and everybody starts out in districts, plays the regionals, and then the regional winners, there's 16 of them, meet at the glorious Church of Basketball, Rupp Arena, and every high school basketball team starts the year in Kentucky with that chant of Rupp Arena. That's where you want to be. And in fact, at Highlands, our break was always Rupp, because that's where we wanted to end up. But anyway, so coaching in general relates to marketing. How does it relate to marketing? Well, like I said, I've coached with some guys that have coached a long, long time. And I learned from them, no doubt about it. I learned a lot of good things from them, but I also learned a lot of things to know, okay, you don't do that crap. So I'm going to tell you two stories. And then I'm going to talk about the greatest president of all time and talk about him and reason why he was successful. So, the first coach, we had a we had a decent team. We had an athlete, we had a stud. In fact, we had a guy who was the quarterback for UK for a couple of years, Patrick Tolles. He was our big dude in the middle, athletic, good kid. Had a great group of kids, but this coach didn't understand how to use his talent and was afraid to be aggressive. So we're playing in the regional tournament, no chance of winning in hell, playing a number one seed in the region because we were the worst seed in the region. We lost in the district and we sucked. So we go to the region. We're the 8th seed in our region, playing the number one seed. Game on. Halftime, we're down by 20. Now, I'm an aggressive coach by nature. I believe that you have a full-length court for a reason. You don't play half-court basketball. You harass, and you do everything necessary to make that other team turn the ball over. Ball pressure is one thing that is hard to do, and it's hard to overcome. So I believe in ball pressure. This coach didn't. He liked to sit back in a half court and play defense. Well, we're down by 20. You can't sit back in a half court and play defense. I'm arguing with him, Coach. We cannot sit in that half court. We got to press. We got to come out and press. Coach, we can't press. They had one kid who was very athletic, could shoot the rock. He had been playing varsity since he was a 7th grader, and at the time, he was a 9th grader. So 3 years of a varsity experience already, and a kid could fill it up. And he was afraid of him. Well, I had seen him because we played against him in AAU, and I knew what his weaknesses were, and so did Coach. I mean, we scouted like crazy, but didn't want to be aggressive. So we argued. And one of my traits as being an assistant coach is not backing down from the head coaches, because I mean, it was the worst thing that they were going to do, fire me, and I didn't want my name associated with losers. So I always fought when something was going on that was stupid or wasn't going to be successful. So fought the man, told him we need to press, made him cry. One of my strengths, made him cry, and so we came out and we pressed. 2 minutes left in the game, down by 20 at half, to 2 minutes left of the game, It's a tie freaking ball game. Tie ball game. And we got there because it was a full court, balls to the walls, nuts on the ground. We're going after the freaking ball. Nothing's going to stop us. Basketball for 14 minutes. 14 minutes we did that. Got the game back in control. We turned them over left and right. I mean, it was helter-skelter. It was sloppy basketball, but who cares? Tie ball game. 2 minutes left. They call timeout. Come back to the sidelines. Coach looks at me. What is your suggestion? I was like, well, we had been in a zone press the whole time. And I like to make teams misuse their timeouts. So my opinion was we should go to a man-to-man press, one possession, and then go right back to that zone. And like I said, it was a full court zone press. Coach, being the beep beep that he is, decides, I think what we should do is we should sit in a 1-3-1 zone, which we had never played all season long. Sit in a 1-3-1 zone and let's see what they do. So we go to a 1-3-1 zone, come down, they hit a three, we go down, we turn the ball over, they come back down, hit a three, we call timeout, down 6 now, minute left. Up, we're down 20 at halftime, tie the game, 2 minutes left. All of a sudden, within another minute, we're down 6. Ball game. Ball game. Why? Inaction. Let's sit in the zone. Let's sit in the zone and let them bring it to us. Another time, different school. We had a stud athlete. Scored 30 a game. 6'5". Scored whenever and wherever he wanted. Didn't matter. And we lost the game in the districts because we did 2 stupid things. We took the ball out of our superstars' hands because we thought inaction would make them mess up. And we gave them the ball and allowed them to turn it on and score. We gave them the option to score. Our inaction in both of those situations caused us to lose the game. Inaction caused us to lose the game because we didn't attack. We didn't do anything. So let's talk about the greatest president of the United States of America. His name was Abraham Lincoln. The guy was great because he basically made decisions based on what he knew was right, not based on what the public opinion was. And I feel anytime a leader can do that, that makes them great. When you lead based on popular opinion, you're not really a leader, you're more of a follower. And unfortunately, most of our leaders today do that. And I'm not going to get into a political battle about current president or previous presidents. I'll say this. My favorite presidents of all time have been Abraham Lincoln and George W. Bush. Regardless of their politics or not, I don't give a crap. I give a crap about their leadership. Making decisions that aren't popular. So Abraham Lincoln had a general, and my history's a little foggy on remembering his name, but Abraham Lincoln had a general who was in charge of the forces, and he was always asking for supplies, always asking to resupply. Need supplies, resupply, always asking for supplies, but never was attacking the positions. And Lincoln would send out orders and want to take this place, want to take that place, and they never were attacking the positions. And I believe it was the Battle of Fort Sumter was being prepared for. And so Lincoln decided, which was common in those days, Lincoln decided that he was going to go to the battlefield and he was going to meet with his general, basically to motivate his general to attack, to go get him some. Go get you some, right? So Lincoln was going to the battlefield, rode in on horseback. I'm sure Secret Service in that day was very different than it is now, but rode in on horseback, goes to the general's tent, and reconnect. There we go. And now we're back. So Lincoln goes to the general's quarters, which I'm sure was a large tent at the time. The general isn't there. Word gets back to the general that, hey, Lincoln is waiting on you. Lincoln is waiting on you. And in fact, I take it back. He went to the general, to their office, not to his living quarters. Goes to his office. General's not there. Battlefield office. I'm sure it was some type of tent. General's not there. General gets word, hey, President Lincoln is waiting on you. Well, the general decides, sorry guys, there we go. So anyway, general decides, I'll talk to Lincoln in the morning. Goes to sleep. Next day, Lincoln's still waiting. General comes in. Of course, Lincoln, I'm sure, was pissed that guy made him wait. Decides to make a change to Ulysses S. Grant. Now, Ulysses S. Grant, he gets a bad rap. I mean, he was an alcoholic, drunkard, womanizer, on and on and on and on. But the thing that Lincoln liked about Ulysses S. Grant was he had the mentality of fire, ready, aim. Fire, ready, aim. Now, my marketing company, our website name is Salvo Now. And salvo means, it's a German, or an Italian and French military term, military. It's an Italian and French military term that means shoot all your guns now. Shoot everything you got, shoot all of your artillery, do it now. And basically that's what Lincoln wanted. He wanted to attack. I believe it was Fort Sumter. He wanted to attack Fort Sumter. He did not want to sit back and wait. Did not want to let the enemy put together their troops, put together all their supplies, get together a plan, and go. And you see, Ulysses S. Grant was the man that would go. He wasn't the brightest of individuals. I believe he graduated from West Point, probably middle of his class, but he was a doer. He was an action man. He went and made stuff happen. You see, I'm not the smartest business person around. There are things that I lack in. There are things that I don't know how to do. For instance, not very techie. I do know how to do a lot more than some because I have owned businesses and I know that being a little techie is required. But, when it comes to programming and things like that, not really my thing. Financial management, not really my thing. Do I understand finances, profit and loss statements, balance sheets? Absolutely. I know it, but it's not my thing, right? My thing is sales and marketing, growing that top line, and making stuff happen. That's my thing. And I can jump in with 2 feet, and we can roll. Right? And a lot of times we get caught up in inaction because of different things. We think about why it's not a good idea to do something. And I'm not picking on anybody in this group at all. But there was a comment earlier today, or a post earlier today, that Ryan Edgerton put out there. And Ryan's a good dude. And it's like, hey, got an email list. He was unsure of himself, right? And we get unsure of ourselves. We get unsure, like, is this the right thing to do? Let me tell you something. Doing something is always the right thing to do. Doing something is always the right thing to do. Doing nothing is always the wrong thing to do. If you are sitting back in a zone and you're waiting on the offense to attack, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. If you put your business in a zone defense, your competition's going to beat your butt. Your competition is going to get to the prospect before you. Your competition is going to knock it out of the park while you're sitting there thinking about what you should do, while you're strategizing, while you're planning, while you're doing all of that stuff. Let me tell you, having a strategy, having a plan is good, but overthinking it, being too smart, over-strategizing is not good. That's the way to be unsuccessful. Inaction creates defeat. So don't have inaction in your business. Don't have inaction in what you need to do to be successful. Fire, ready, aim. Go get you some. President Lincoln went to his generals like, hey, you got all these great men, you have all these great supplies, you have the best of the best. Can you go fight for me? Can you go get you some? You can't. Okay. Let me throw in Ulysses S. Grant. Not the greatest of individuals, not the smartest of people, not the person you think, oh, he's a great American hero, although he was. Not that person. No. But what did he do? He did something. He attacked. He went after it. Got him something. Attack, attack, attack. In sports, if you're attacking, you're winning. You put the other team on the defense. You go after it. You never want to let someone else dictate what you do. You want to do it. You want to attack. So on this Friday, when you're thinking about what do I need to do to be successful, when you're thinking about that, here's what you need to do. Go get you some. Go get you some. Have action and take what is yours. And let's make today the day that your business becomes the business that you want it to be. I'll talk to you later, Mafia. Have a good day. Let's dominate.